Hi, welcome to this video series where I answer questions from the readers of Monevator.com. Monevator is the leading UK blog for personal finance related issues. The question in this video comes from DIY Investor who asks my views on the climate emergency and how that'll impact the global economy in the next decade and whether we should adjust our investment portfolio as a result of that. Now, in my view, climate change will impact a tremendous number of things, and absolutely it will, in all sorts of predictable ways. In fact, personally, I'm devastated by how some politicians doesn't seem to embrace the obvious science behind climate change, and therefore I think the regulatory framework can be a little slow to change to reflect the reality of climate change. But leaving moral and climate change issues aside, in general, I would say you should not be investing differently as a result of it. In the case that you're trying to profit maximize or risk return maximize your portfolio, by excluding oil and gas and related sectors from your portfolio, you're really saying, I'm doing this to make more money or have a higher return on my portfolio. But you're also saying, I think I know something that the multi-trillion-dollar global financial market doesn't know, namely that the oil and gas sectors are going to underperform the wider market going forward. Now, that's a pretty bold statement. And for most people, that's not a statement that they're able to make. Most people are not able to outperform the wider financial markets and have great insights that the thousands and thousands of equally or better informed investors are not seeing. Now, I know that's a bit of a boring answer. It seems obvious perhaps to some people that something as dramatic and big as the climate catastrophe should lead to amazing trading opportunities. And I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm just encouraging you to think about what is it exactly that you know that the rest of the world has not seen, has not understood. So what is your edge? And if you go ahead and make those investments, continue to ask yourself that question. And if you do make money, make sure that it wasn't because you got lucky, but that it was actually because of the things you thought would happen did in fact happen. Now, so for most people, I say don't do it unless you have issues other than profit maximizing in mind, such as moral or other issues. I would say stay away from it. Now, but if you do go ahead and deselect these sectors, I don't think it's the end of the world. As long as you still have a portfolio that's diversified across all sorts of other sectors and geographically diversified, you're probably going to be fine. I will, one minor note, just say, well, look, if let's say that oil and gas sectors represent 10% of the overall market and you're deselecting those from the portfolio, make sure you're not paying a lot higher fees for owning what is close to the same thing, 90% overlap. So if you're paying much higher fees, you're actually paying a lot of money for that deselection. Just keep that in mind when you're looking for this. But in any case, I hope that answers the question. My name is Lars Breuer. I'm a former hedge fund manager who's written a couple of books about finance, and I'm now doing these videos as a hobby. The premise of a lot of my work revolves around how incredibly hard it is for most investors to outperform the markets. I explain what this means and why, in my view, it's likely a very, very positive thing for people to come to embrace and understand this fact. There's more about this in my books and other videos if you're interested. But thanks a lot for watching. As I said, there are other videos in this Q&A series if you're interested, but in any case, I hope you found this one useful.